What's up, everybody? I was like, let me make another video real quick. I wanted to make another video real quick. Let's do it. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, go ahead and like, subscribe. I kind of want to be in the sun though. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by. No, this is fine because it's shade and the camera won't heat up or the damn mount won't fall off. Sometimes it'll be so hot and I'll come out from wherever and the damn mount that holds the phone will be off on the floor because it was so hot that it fell off. I can't remember what I had. A car, was it? I had a cabriolet, a white convertible cabriolet, and the review mirror used to fall off. Girl, so funny. When it got too hot, the review mirror used to fall off. I didn't even think to go to like a little auto parts place and get that glue that you could stick on the window and stick your review mirror on there. Yeah, it used to fall off. That's hilarious. Girl, that cabriolet. I had two white cabriolets. Anyways, so go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, let me know you stopped by. I kind of wanted to talk about, let's see what we can talk about.
I sponsor the now. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
It says what happened? JT was getting to it. She threw her phone at little Uzi Vert at the awards, at the BET Awards. I didn't get to watch the performances. I was gonna watch them yesterday. I didn't get to watch them. I watched Ice Spice. I watched Big Lotto. I watched who else did I watch perform? Busta Rhymes. I watched a clip of Busta Rhymes perform. Baby, what? Busta Rhymes is always like from the when we were first introduced to Busta Rhymes. For a lot of people, was the Arsenio Hall show when yeah, and he went nuts. He rapping so fast. Oh my God, Busta Rhymes, it's dope. He got an award. He was on the crying. He's like, I'm gonna cry. What did he say? I'm not gonna. What did he say? He said something about him crying. I saw that little clip too. Who else? That's all I watch. I think a lot of people were like, Ice Spice is whack and this and that. I was like, I don't think she's whack. I think she's like, she's getting her little stage presence up. She got her little songs and everything. She was dancing. They were moving and dancing. That's what the girl's gonna have to do. And it's so funny because it's like I see that all of them are actually adding. They're not just walking back and forth on stage. For years, they allowed men to do that, walk back and forth on stage, not give us anything behind them, not giving us a show. The girls are on stage giving us a show. You're gonna have to add some choreography to this rap song, honey. And that's what they're doing. I like Ice Spice little EP. It's cute to me. She's talking her shit. Her little flow is like she's just rapping, like it's just like she seemed like she's laying down rapping. It's just very laid back. She's not really rah rah and hard and rough, and it's just like whatever, girl, it's whatever. She's doing better than Saweetie did, I feel. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know why Sweetie can't. That curl is just, it just won't curl right. You know what I'm saying? For Saweetie, I don't know why she can't get it. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people like Saweetie, but don't get in my comments talking crazy. But anyway, so JT, it says JT threw a phone. It was rumored that because Ice Spice was sitting there, that she was jealous of Ice Spice. The projections that people say, but apparently, here she go. I hollered when she was like, "Give me back my phone." Here, let's see. Get my phone, bitch. So it says neighbors. This is from the neighborhood talk. It looks like all of y'all theories about why JT blacked out on Little Uzi are wrong. Her team spoke exclusively to TMD to debunk the rumors that the commotion had anything to do with Ice Spice. According to the source within her team, she had become frustrated when she lost her seat after the audience shuffled around. They said JT loves Ice and there's not even a shred of beef between them whatsoever. We're glad to hear there's no, no beef between JT and Ice Spice. As far as JT and Lil Uzi, they were seen leaving their war show together, so things might still be good between them. She stepped out. Here's Tammy Roman's comment. She stepped out, came back, saw her seat was taken. She said, let's go. He didn't want to go. She called him goofy and said, don't ever try to play me. He tried to downplay that she didn't have her seat because he let someone sit in it, and that sent her to the moon. Right. Why you didn't save her seat? Why the fuck you didn't save her seat and say somebody was sitting there? Maybe he was so happy when Lotto got on stage. There's a clip of Lil Boosie running around. He got so excited. He was so excited to see Lotto. I was like, okay, girl. Let's see what else. Here's another story. Shout out to I Heart Sanaya. Shania. I hope I'm saying your name right. When I tell you Diva tags me and all the IG stuff, let me know what's going on, because otherwise, thank you, sweetie. Sweetie, thank you for tagging me, because a lot of stuff she just tags me in, so she shows me to the stories. It's I Heart Shania. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Thank you for tagging me and keeping me sponsoring the blogs, girl. Here's the one she just tagged me in. Kim Zolciak calls the police on Croy after Croy threatens to file kidnapping charges on her friend who took their son to a play date. Okay, let's see.
Super quiet. I don't know why. I just have a situation here where my husband is threatening a kidnapping because my girlfriend took my son on a play date, and now he has harassed not only the mother, but my son is shaking and hysterically crying. And now I'm just going to leave and just go pick him up to prevent the situation. I just don't know what else to do at this point. Okay, can you explain what happened? I'm sorry. Can you please tell the story again? I'm sorry, what was that? I can hear you now.
The fucking 911 operator said, can you please tell the story again? Girl, Croy and Confederate Croy and KKK Kim over there with their trailer park foolishness, child. Shout out to everybody that lives in a trailer park. Oh, I did watch SoGucci and Selena's interview yesterday, y'all, and listen to each of their stories. SoGucci is shady. So is Selena. They both shady. Shading each other. That good old Southern shade, honey. Shading each other. I have to say that, I don't know. SoGucci, I don't know. I'm kind of like Selena. I feel like, I don't know. I wish they would just get along, but I don't know. I feel like for both of them, they're telling their versions of the truth. And I feel like for both of them, they're leaving some stuff out. I feel like they're leaving stuff out. I really do. SoGucci over there trying to get a man, neglecting her kids, girl. I mean, at least she was forthright. You can't throw that back in her face, because she's the one that let us know that's something, people act like, you're a horrible mother. You're a horrible mother. Y'all were in the comments talking about, you taking JJ's word. You taking JJ's word. No, I was repeating what JJ was saying. Y'all will only grab and listen to a portion of, and then turn around and say that you didn't hear me come back and say, but you know how niggas are, and you know they like to pit women against each other. Y'all didn't hear that. Y'all only heard me say that JJ said that Selena was a get it girl working at Hooters, honey, getting her life, a young mother who wants to live her life. And I'm sure she was out doing what she wanted to do. She said she wanted to leave JJ. She was not happy. Basically her grandmother, it sounded like her grandmother made her get married. That's what it sounded like to me. She said my grandmother didn't play that. She's like, I had one boy over there, and she's like, you're not going to turn this into no whorehouse. She was like, I only had one boy over there, I guess JJ. And that she got married, but she wasn't happy. She wasn't happy, and she tried to leave him, and that's why Latrice is saying, yeah, you jealous of Selena because JJ didn't want a divorce from Selena. That's what Latrice was saying the other day, being shady in the comments, being shady in the interview, being shady in the interview. Selena said that the only reason why he took the children was because they were in a different school district and they wanted them to go to school in a different school district. It wasn't that. And then that she was always in the background. So Gucci was always in the background, that she, when they were doing their competitions and stuff like that, she was present. The way the story, there's another story that says that she wasn't really present, but then when the cameras came up, they were like, okay, you be more involved so that you can look like a present mother. That's another story that, is out there or whatever. And I was like, this is crazy. Another thing is that, I feel like now, I don't know, with social media and the people doing interviews, I feel like it takes more to watch a show. Like after you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, they want you to watch the after show. They want you to watch Speak on It, because if you come down here and just review the show, y'all in the comments like, no, Candy said this. And it's just like, okay, no. When they did an interview on this, it's like, damn, you got to watch the interviews too. Girl, I'm tired. I usually just depend on y'all to get in the comments and be like, well, on Speak On It, Candy said blase blah, because I'm not watching Speak On It unless it's somebody that is on there that I want to see, because I don't find her necessarily entertaining. She doesn't keep my attention, right? But then, the other interviews, y'all say, go watch. So I watched SoGucci and Selena. And like I said, they both have their stories. SoGucci is very shady. She's very shady. Girl, she's very shady. She was like, girl, you in the wrong room. You got on that leopard print. She was like, what is it called? iFashion. I guess it's a little cheap clothing store down there. She was like, you had on your little iFashion leopard print dress. Girl, ain't nobody wearing leopard. You are clearly in the wrong room. I said, come on. So Gucci is shady. Selena's shady too. But so Gucci, I don't know what it is. She's real quick. And she keeps doing this. I was like, okay, girl. Keep saying that she's combing the daughter's hair. She kept saying that I was combing their hair. I was doing this. I was basically helping, trying to get a man, raise him. And that, my thing is, trying to get a man. What makes JJ so special? What makes JJ so special? She was like, I got him. He's rich now, girl. I was like, God damn. But Selena said that she's engaged. She showed her engagement ring. And that's what SoGucci was like. She's over there engaged. Why you still basically throwing JJ's dick in my face? And you over there engaged, girl. What's really going on? But yeah, it just seems like a typical stepmother, ex-wife BS. It really does. They don't get along. They don't talk. JJ, and it's what really, like I said, JJ must be a good man, Savannah, because why y'all throwing dicks? But it's just like, y'all be throwing musty dicks at each other. Musty, dusty dicks at each other. He ain't even got to be a good man, and y'all will throw a dick into somebody's face. So JJ's over there with his ponytails and stuff, and saying that the girl that she's jealous of, and he's doing that. He's saying that Selena is jealous of SoGucci to make SoGucci feel good. That's why he's doing that. You didn't want to leave her. She said he would not sign the divorce papers. He didn't want to leave her. She obviously was not happy. She cheated on him. And she said she initiated the divorce. He wouldn't sign the papers until he finally met SoGucci. And then when he wanted to decide that he wanted to marry SoGucci, that then he wanted to get the divorce. I said, oh, okay. Okay, girl. I just hate to see a man being in the center. Like, they love when women fight over them. Like when Maurice was doing with Kimmy. Well, y'all need to work on, you and Kiowa need to work on what do we need to work on? Why do you want us to be in conflict? I didn't like that. Why do you want us to be in conflict? Why do you want us to be in conflict? Because you feel, what do you feel? Like, that's why I really want a psychologist to be on these shows with these marriage couples. I don't think Bell Collective needs a therapist, but the love and marriage shows, they need a therapist on their show. I have a feeling that Carlos is going to bring Selena, and knowing that Selena is engaged, knowing that she has a partner, I think he's going to bring Selena on Bell Collective. I really do, which is crazy as hell, because it is going to force SoGucci and Selena to, deal with each other and probably have conversations. And another thing about keeping y'all in conflict, it keeps you guys from comparing notes. I learned that very early with the way that the triangulation thing. I remember watching guys do that or try to do that to me. I watch guys do that with other women. Try to get two women in odds over you, right? And then keep them in conflict, because when they're not in conflict and actually sit down and talk to each other, you will realize that he's the puppet master. He's the, shout out to Nene. He's a puppet master trying to make both of you have conflict and succeeding. And if you are male identified or a pick me, you will enter into conflict with another woman, and the man be actually controlling that conflict. And it keeps you in conflict. And then when you actually sit down and talk to her, you will realize that he's the motherfucking enemy, girl. Y'all fighting each other, and it's really his ass. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Hold on. I'm going to see what else I saved for this. Oh, it says charges against Carlisha Hood and her 14-year-old son have been dropped. Now, y'all heard this story about the woman who was at a food establishment trying to buy some food, and she got into it with another patron, a man. And they got into it. They had some words, and then the man ends up hitting her. And she tells her son to bring the gun that's in the car, to bring it and shoot this man, because she's in an altercation. The boy shot the man a couple of times. The man ended up dying. And then the mother was trying to get him to shoot his girlfriend, who was kind of egging on the altercation. He assaulted that woman. He hit her twice, and she sent her son from outside. Her son came in there and killed that man. And they were arrested, but then the state dropped the charges. It says, breaking news, prosecutors have dropped all charges against Carlisha Hood and her 14-year-old son in the shooting death of 32-year-old Jeremy Brown, citing a further review of evidence in the case. Cell phone video shows Brown punching Hood 3 times before the shooting. It was literally self-defense. Y'all are going to get enough of abusing women. You guys are going to get enough of abusing women. You cannot go around, and especially, you don't even know this lady, and to the point where you would physically assault her. I'm sorry, but that was self-defense. Her son was protecting her, and luckily she had her concealed to carry license. She had the gun registered. That's why we keep telling y'all, go out, get your protection. Get your protection. And make sure everything is right. If you're in a state where you are able to get firearm protection, you are able to do that, do it. If you are able to do it, take advantage of your Second Amendment right. Exercise your Second Amendment right. This man assaulted this woman. You didn't know her. You're mad. And then somebody's like, well, he could have had a mental illness. You should have just be quiet. There's literally people saying in the comments, she should have just be quiet. He told her, say one more thing, say one more thing. And she was saying something and he hit her. And then her son came in from outside with the firearm and proceeded to protect his mother. That's how I see it. Charges dropped. And it's so many people that are like, oh my God, what a bad mother. She had her son come in there and shoot somebody. No, she didn't just have her son come in. You act like they was robbing the place. He came in there to protect her. And that's what was happening. Some of these comments. Let's read some of these comments. Candy is the first comment I see. It says, I hate that it happened, but I'm glad they're free. Jamie, that's me. Shout out to Jamie, that's me. She said, this is about to make me cry. I can only imagine what her son is going through. Knowing he watched his mom be assaulted, tried to protect, thinking he's doing right by his mom, only to be arrested. Like, what? How traumatic. Exactly. And I hope they get him some therapy, because that is something that he'll need therapy for. He had to protect his mother. That's traumatic. He had to protect his mother. He had to kill somebody to protect his mother from being assaulted, from being beat up by some stranger. All because what? What? I put, y'all gonna learn to keep your MFing hands off of women. Sorry to that family, but that child was protecting their mother. Now let's get the son some therapy and move on. Somebody said, homeboy came for a Philly cheesesteak and left with wings. Keep your hands to yourself. Why did the 14-year-old have a gun? Because his mother had a concealed to carry registered firearm in the car with her. And when she realized she was about to be in some shit, she told her son to come to the door and make sure the shit don't go down. She was texting her son while she was in there. And he came in there with the firearm and proceeded to protect his mother. That's what happened. That's why he had a gun. Why when he said, if you don't stop talking and you keep talking? Exactly. They believe that basically you deserved it. This stranger told you to stop talking and you kept talking, so he hit your ass. That's so many people are like, you should have just be quiet. Girl, who the fuck? What? No, you don't get to go around telling people to be quiet, telling people if you say one more thing, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't. Why not leave the food and just go? Somebody said he wasn't a problematic child. He just graduated and was an actor. He doesn't deserve jail time. I'm glad God gave him a second chance to be a kid. Somebody said, this is what we mean when we say protect black women. Listen, black women, y'all gonna learn you need to protect yourselves, because a lot of that protection that you're asking for from people are only if you are connected to that person in some type of relatable way. Strangers are not going to protect you, as you can see. Because as this woman was being talked to crazy, no one stepped in per usual. And she protected herself. That's what we mean by protect black women. And y'all gonna get tired of looking to other people to protect you. That shit is dead. Somebody said, boy said on my granny, and God said, say less. Now he's with his granny and then people home free. This definitely wasn't the first time beating a woman. Just disgusting. Thank God they dropped charges, because he hit her with full force. Shaking my head. The boy should have never been in a situation to have to take a life. That man should have never attacked a woman, and the mom should have controlled herself and never kept arguing. You see how they blame the victim? This woman was a victim of assault. If y'all can't control yourself and argue with a person, then that's what happens. You want to hit somebody? You got hit with a couple of bullets, son. When that man threatened her, she should have stopped, because anyone would agree if a man threatens to attack a lady, he's probably crazy. That boy saved his mom, who was partially responsible for the commotion. If she truly cared for him, she would have kept in mind that she had someone depending on her, so arguing with a stranger holds no value. We have no idea how this child is affected. Could have been the first body or an additional. Anyone that supports a 14-year-old taking the life of an adult, they got no sense. They're also a part of the problem in the community. Girl, you sound crazy as hell. You sound crazy as hell. There are so many men that are literally saying she got what she deserved because she didn't shut up when some fucking stranger told her to be quiet. So while you think it's okay to hit somebody, you don't know what that person has on them. You don't know what's in their car. You don't. And I'm so happy she had a registered firearm and a concealed to carry. Charges dropped. She was protecting herself. Y'all gonna get enough. The sad part is there were men in there and didn't intervene. Right. Y'all ask, protect black women, protect black women. These niggas don't give a fuck about you. I'm sorry to inform you. They don't. They really don't. So you better learn how to protect yourself and do what you need to do to protect yourself. And if you have a firearm, show your children how to use it. They need to go to the shooting range as well so they can learn how to use the firearm. You know, practice safety. It's always safety, safety, safety with a firearm, period. But y'all need to stop depending and looking, oh, protect black women, protect black women. No. Half of these niggas won't protect the people they're related to. And you want a stranger to protect you and provide what? Girl, no. Black women are never protected. Yes, because they're never protected because you're looking for other people to protect you. You have a right to bear arms. You better exercise your Second Amendment right, period. That's it. They've created laws, and those are the provisions that you're asking these niggas to provide for you. You have laws, right? Go and exercise your Second Amendment right to bear arms and protect your property, period. Where are all the people saying his mom messed up his life? Now he's going to prison. Y'all hella soft if you wouldn't kill for your mom. You a sucker to all the men wishing jail on this young man. I feel bad for the mothers that have y'all as sons. Somebody said exactly. It's not a crime to put a deranged dog down. Happy for them. Baby, she better kiss the ground her son walks on for life. That's sad, but he had no business punching her like that. What's crazy is that this man was so blinded by rage and ready to strike that he squared up to hit her for saying, go to the car. Not realizing she was talking to her son and not him. Could have saved his life. Just sad all the way around. I don't like black on black crime, but that was it's self-defense, y'all. It's not crime. These are not gang members doing drive-by shootings. This is somebody protecting a person who was being attacked. But what I do like is the son protecting his mother from a vicious man. That man was beating on a complete stranger like she was a grown-ass man. And you can tell he's done it before. In our society, women should be protected from this kind of vitriol. And that's exactly what her son did instead of stand around and do nothing like everybody else did. Now, both of them need to get out of Chicago. And both of them need counseling because I'm sure the situation was very traumatic for both of them. Somebody said, good, keep your hands to yourself, please. Somebody said, look at God. Now that baby continue getting all his A's. Yeah, they said he was a straight A student and everything. By the way, those males stood there and ran By the way, those males that stood there / ran are not the not all black men that we keep hearing about. It takes more than just not being involved in degenerate activity to be labeled a good man. It takes having courage to stand up when people need you. Yeah, it takes courage to bring order to a situation. That to me is an expectation of masculine energy, is to maintain order in situations, not bring disorder, but to maintain order and to bring order where there is conflict. You see this man argue. Why didn't one man anybody say, hey bro, now this nigga wants to fight you, just relax. She told her son to go to the car, get what you needed to get. Social media, really the jury, no cap, because if none of us said anything, I honestly think they would have charged them, especially if the video didn't surface. But I'm happy charges were dropped. I'm sorry the son had to catch a body at 14. The way that y'all are talking about somebody protecting themselves is wild as hell. As they should. How crazy you got to be to think that you can put your hands on somebody like that and not get dealt with. People need to keep their hands to themselves, especially men who put their hands on women. The son defended his mother. Instead of recording a video and watching the man beat on the woman, he did something about it. Unfortunately, the man can't come back from that, but he should have learned how to better deal with his anger. Everybody not going to let you beat on them. He fucked around and found out, okay? You hit a woman as a man full force 3 times, expect what's coming to you. Stay dangerous, ladies. That's what I'm saying. Y'all be asking outside, like, strange, like, we protect. No. What? They're the niggas you need protection from. While you are asking them to protect you, girl. Girl, gotta go. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I really did want to talk about that. Let's see. Do we have one more story we can talk about? I did want to talk about DJ Mustard's ex-wife and also Rico Love's ex-wife. They put the Yelp reviews out on these niggas. He's on stage lying. Rico Love, ex-wife, blasts him for lying about the nature of their relationship while discussing postpartum depression. And then DJ Mustard's ex-wife exposes producers' massive monthly income in child support battle. It's so weird that you have to actually fight someone. You have to actually sue someone to take care of their children. I think that is wild as hell. You have to sue them. You have to go to court and file a claim against these people so that they can pay their bills. They can pay for the liability that they created in the business partnership. Yes, that is a liability, something that requires money, something that requires raising, and y'all really duck and dodge and hide. DJ Mustard's ex-wife, Chanel Terry, exposes producers' massive monthly income in a child support battle. DJ Mustard's legal battle with the ex-wife continues. According to court documents obtained by Radar Online, his ex-wife, Chanel Terry, teamed up with an accountant to review the producer's financial records. You better get what do they call them? A forensic accountant, honey, to find all the money. All right, to review the producer's financial records and produce a report. Chanel hopes that her findings will convince the judge to award her an increase in monthly child support payments. The report read, Dijon's income is derived primarily from his music recording businesses, which include his salary as well as income from publishing, recording, and royalties and residuals from his music and recordings. A portion of his income includes advances that are received in advance as compensation and towards any applicable expenses such as studio fees. Dijon's other sources of income include minimal interest and dividends. The report said Mustard's income includes significant advances from Universal Music Group totaling $12 million, Sony Music Group totaling $7.5 million. In addition, he reportedly pulled in nearly $1 million from his client LMA. According to from her music, according to the expert, Mustard should pay between $49,000 to $62,000 per month in support payments. You know, I'm so tired of seeing women in the comments because you married a nigga who doesn't have access to resources and he's your child's father. Honey, trust me, I know. I got a nigga won't pay child support for $285 for 2 children. Haven't seen a payment in years. Okay? Just because y'all got with a nigga who can't support the lifestyle that you've grown accustomed to, or your child's lifestyle, does not mean that $49,000 a month or $62,000 a month is enough to raise a child. You have no idea what their expenses are. You have no idea what activities, the extracurricular, private school, extracurricular activities that these children are involved in. You don't know. Some of these schools cost $49,000 a year. So you asking for $49,000 a month to cover expenses for your child. If the father is living fat, the child should be living fat too. Sorry. The child needs support in that way. And I'm so sick and tired of seeing women. I expect it from these niggas. I expect it from them. But I'm tired of seeing women in the comments talking about that's enough to raise a child. You have no idea what these people's expenses are. None at all. None. Earlier this year, she asked the court to award her $80,000 a month. However, they agreed on $18,342 in temporary support. She now wants the amount increased. They also agreed to share joint legal and physical custody of their children. They reportedly settled on a week-on, week-off schedule with custodial exchanges to take place after school or camp. They be having the kids in all kind of crazy activities, keeping these kids busy. And all that shit costs money. I'm really tired of seeing people in the comments talking about that's enough. Let's read some of the comments. Damn, he was making that kind of money. Shout out to Rocks. Somebody says she needs all the money she's asking for. Raising children isn't a joke, and they deserve the best both parents can afford. This shouldn't even be a battle for him. He can easily afford to increase the payments. Sounds like somebody is disgruntled. $18,000 a month is more than enough, especially since they share joint custody. So $80,000 a year is $80,000 a year is $1 million a year. It's supposed to go towards the children, and that the children, not just the children, but if the mother needs an oil change on her car and she uses the money, yes, this is the car that drives the kids around. If the mother needs to live in a certain area so the children can have a good school to go to, a safe area to live in, yes, that money is going towards the payment of the mortgage or rent or whatever. Whatever the money that needs to come in the house that will support the children. If that's to go towards the house, if it goes towards the car, whatever. It's expenses to maintain the child's well-being. I don't understand why y'all don't understand that. If the kids cost $20 for school activities and travel and fun when they were together, why all of a sudden do you need $50,000 per child? Her being down with him for a long time doesn't equate to going to court and getting more money for the kids that he'll just have as much as her. I'll never understand y'all logic. He says whatever he was paying for the kids when they were together, he should be paying. That's what it comes out to. When it's all said and done, that's what it comes out to. Period. Y'all are so weird for saying stuff like that. I think it's weird. Somebody said, like I said, marriage in America is strictly business. No, it has always been business. It has always been like that. It wasn't until recently, in order to give these weird broke niggas access to more women and have y'all fall into this fantasy of marriage for love, that's when that shit started. Get married for love, so the average nigga can have access to get married. Girl, don't get me started. Anyways, whatever the child needs in order to maintain the lifestyle that he has grown accustomed to when their mom and dad were together needs to be maintained. And those expenses might increase as he gets older, might decrease as he gets older. It might, whatever. It can go both ways. But you need to, until the child matures, you need to make sure that you take care of the child. There's all kind of shit that happens. Haircuts, dentist appointments, braces, eyeglasses. Y'all don't, girl, Y'all just think, and it's weird that in this day and age, y'all think that, oh, it's just the mother. She wants to spend money. Girl, I just don't get where the rationale comes in. All kind of shit. You don't know how much the expenses are just for the child when you start saying what they need, what activities they need to belong to. How much is this tuition? How much are their activities? How much do we need to travel because they're used to traveling? All of that stuff, that's an expense. You create in your partnership, y'all created liabilities. I'm sorry to refer to children as liabilities, but you need to pay for those things until it turns 18. Period. You're responsible. You are 50% responsible when it's never really 50%, because if the mother is taking care, she's doing more. It's 90, 100%. She's taking care of the child 100% of the time, because the truth is be told, these girls, they're not even spending time. Oh, it's on 1 week on, 1 week off. I'm sure he has people helping him watch his children, and he should. It's not saying he shouldn't have people helping him watch the children or take care of the children, because he has to work too. But there's expenses that come with raising children. And it's not just, oh, they want, toys and shit like that. It's other things. And you don't know what these people's expenses are. If a man is making $7 million a year, what your idea of expenses is, you don't have any idea what their expenses are. Drivers, right? All of that stuff, security, all of that shit. Y'all thinking on a very small scale because you're thinking about your bank account. It's no shade. You're thinking about your measly little bank account where you're pulling in maybe $300,000 a year. Adding up. You looking at somebody making $7 million. A lot of y'all, on average, if we want to get to the average, on average, motherfuckers ain't making $45,000 a year. On average. You got $45,000 in your little savings account, and you trying to tally up the expenses of somebody who makes $7 million a year. Talking about that's enough to raise a child. You make it enough. Because you're living within your expenses, they're living within theirs. It is what it is. Okay, I gotta go. I didn't realize this was already 42 minutes, girl. I gotta go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down to comments. Peace.